It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been on. So I'm just going to hang out to see if anyone logs on, because I know I'm supposed to be doing these every Sunday. And then it was event season, you know, October, November. It was supposed to be December, but nah, I'm good. No more after last weekend. So finally home on a Sunday that I can hop on live and talk about some things. So gotta have tea. Gotta have the tea. Can't have brunch without tea, right? English style, you know, half and half with some sugar. It's like a dessert for me. I actually got, because I travel for work, you know, my other job, the job that I do to pay the bills, but this is my fun job. This is the one I really like to do. Even though now that I'm back into traveling, it's becoming a fun job. So that's the other reason too. Kiddo's upstairs. I've been traveling for work, and I missed it. Oh my God, I miss traveling for work so much. I used to do it a lot when I had the boys, but I got out of it when I had my daughter. So now that I'm back in it, you know, I got a stable household now. You know, I'm married to a man that supports me and loves me and allows me to be me, and he completely understands that I need to get away. Might as well do it on someone else's dime. But no, I love traveling. Love traveling for work. That's also another reason why I am an independent travel agent. Most people on, you know, this side of the business don't know that, but I am. Because I love travel so much, I want to share with other people. And so many people think they can't travel because they have to come up with all this money right there and then. And going overseas is out of the picture, or it's scary. You know, they want to paint a picture that the United States is so safe and everything outside the United States is so scary. It's not. People think passports are expensive. What other things? And then other people think that, you know, they have to go outside of the country to experience some great, wonderful things. But you can literally encounter almost every type of geography within United States, well, the territories or within the United States. You don't have to go outside the United States. You don't have to go outside of the territories. There's things you can find here. There's things within driving distance, regardless of where you are within the country, or, you know, where you're in the region I am, which is Pittsburgh, PA, because there's several Pittsburghs. Find out I was traveling too, Pittsburgh, Kansas. And also a rap song. Which rap song it was I was in college? I was like, Pittsburgh, Kansas? What? Yeah, there's a Pittsburgh, Kansas. They don't put an H on the end of theirs, so they're not legit. But yeah, I love to travel. So I was up in Jersey during election. I let my husband know, shared everything with him just in case something pop off. Like, you know where I'm at. Y'all could try to get me home. But no, everything was cool. Which I knew it was going to be. But just in case people started to act stupid. But yeah, so I was up there in Jersey. Flew into LaGuardia. Never done that before. Beautiful. But yeah, you don't want to fly into LaGuardia unless you staying in the city, because terrible driving, trying to get out. So many bridges and stuff that you have to cross over. But yeah, gorgeous. I haven't been in New York City in years, so it definitely looked different. The vibe was definitely different. Very modernized. Like, I haven't been in New York City in a minute, and man, it was different. It was different. I can't even think back last time I was there, because I drove, which was very interesting. Coming across George Washington Bridge off of 80. Oh, gorgeous. But yeah, the vibe was definitely different. I know the last time I was there, it was like I said, it was years ago. It was like, it felt heavy. The energy felt very claustrophobic, not gooey, but like murky. Like it just, I don't know, it just felt like everything was on me. But yeah, being there this time, it was definitely different. I don't know what changed, but it was different. So yeah, I've been busy, to say the least. I've been very busy, and I'm actually looking forward to winter solstice and winter time, which is supposed to be the rest and reset phase of us, of the earth, of nature, all that. We are nature, so when, they lose their leaves and colors get dull and everything just seems to kind of just literally vab out, we're supposed to do the same too. So I am looking forward to just not doing too much. Still gonna do fun stuff, obviously, because Christmas season and all that stuff, but like no events. Still doing divination practice circles. Actually, I'm starting those up out in Greensburg, so I don't have to travel so far. I'm still trying to get my foot in here, out where I live now, because now that I live out here, all the events I used to do, places to go, it's drive now. It's a drive. So yeah, starting those up at the Space, over on old Route 30. Yeah. Sarah Petro, wonderful friend. So she's let me use her space for that. And then still doing them at Soul Space in Morocco. I'm actually doing a winter solstice celebration at Soul Space on December 20th, so that Friday before the solstice. And family friendly, I plan on having my kiddos there, at least the younger ones. And last year, I'm a researcher, so ideas and things pop into my head, and I'm always, since I was crawled out the womb, asking why. And one of the whys of last year that hit me, and it hit me before, but I didn't look into it. What is Christmas about? Not per se, how people say it's a pagan holiday and has nothing to do with Christ. Not like, nah, I wanted to go deeper than that. So knowing that everything originates from some type of ancient practice, knowing about the symbols, and knowing that basically all the foundations of ancient texts, most of them, I'm not saying all, are based on the symbols and their part in history or herstory. How kingdoms was made and formed, and matriarchies and all that stuff. The practices and what they call priesthoods, like all that started with symbols. So I wanted to go back and find out what were the ancient practices of the winter solstice, and what's the importance of what they now call Christmas, and where did it really originate from? And wow. And I sat on it obviously for a year, because I didn't know what I was going to do with the information. I kept it for myself, and then I shared it with obviously my family, with some things that we do, because even though I'm very tuned and highly spiritual, whatever they want to call it now, deep into the occult, that's really what I'm into, which it means the hidden. People always want to associate it with something negative, which it can be. I'm not. I float the middle, so I know how it can be used this way and how it can be used that way. But just because I'm into it doesn't mean our family's into it. When they ask me things, I tell them. But yeah, why there's a tree, the one that really blew my mind is the whole the Christmas plays. You know, where, like, I never even thought to think, where did that originate from? You know, you just think of it, oh, it's associated with the story of the birth of Jesus and, Joseph and Mary have to find a place to stay. I always assumed it was something that was pulled from the Bible. No, it wasn't. No, it originates from the symbols. So yeah. So basically, the information that I came across last year is going to be some of the things that we'll talk about. 12/12. That we'll talk about numerology. That we'll talk about at the winter solstice celebration at Soul Space. In addition to some of those things, I really want to prepare people for the year of the 9 that we'll be moving into 2025, and understanding that no hold bars down when it comes to people understanding who they are, what they are, their influence on the world, their influence on the universe. No more victimhood. No more, oh, these things happened to me when I was a kid and this is why I act the way I... Nah, we ain't falling for that no more. Most of the people I come across, you adult. So you need to start doing and acting and thinking like an adult. No more allowing things that happened to you as a child continue till that's the way you are, and that's how you think, and that's how you approach things. This is basically from how you were as a child, how you thought as a child. There's no more of that. So one of the things, understanding that a lot of, the tools, so herbs, cards, pendulums, essential oils, incense, all that stuff, they're all tools, enhancers to your own abilities, put it like that. So even though we'll be making intention pots at the celebration, I really want to literally plant the seeds within those pots of how you want next year to be, springtime, when really it's a new. You're literally setting the stage now, that's what we're supposed to do during the solstice season, is reflect and kind of like set the pace now, set the energy now, set the intentions now of how you want to blossom when spring arrives. So we'll be using herbs of the solstice season. There's a reason why there's a lot of cinnamon, a lot of nutmeg, a lot of allspice, a lot of cloves used during this time. So we'll be using materials like that, and writing our intentions and putting them in the pots and letting them marinate till spring, where you're going to plant them, and they blossom in the spring. Let's put it like that. So yeah, so it'll be a fun activity, a fun learning experience for the entire family. So don't think you have to find a sitter or have your older kids watch your kid. No, bring them with them. Bring them. Let them enjoy it. Let them have some fun too. So yeah, December 20th, Friday, 5 to 7. All right. I really have no plan for what I'm talking about today, because there's a lot that has occurred since the last time I've been on here. Election occurred, regardless of what side of the aisle people were on, everyone was feeling it. Everyone was caught in the collective workings that they intentionally put out there, which I talked about that. Like, watch. They're getting everybody hyped up because they're using your energy to get some stuff going. And surprisingly, it's not surprisingly, because it literally falls into where we're at now in consciousness, is that no more games, man. It really is no more games. There's no more of the pulling the wool over people's eyes and doing stuff in the background and thinking they're going to get away with it anymore. It's not. They're not. So once again, shit's been flipped, let's just say. And everyone's in shock and awe, but especially within the spiritual community, that people are, up at ends and can't believe this happened, and oh my God, expecting the worst and all this other stuff. But how can you sit here and continuously talk about the rising and awakening of the consciousness as a collective, and we're moving into a new, and things are going to be different, and whatever concept people are pushing out there, like we're moving from 3D to 5D, and everything's moving into the better and all this other stuff, and then you expect the same old to be a part of those changes. Make it make sense. So you want the collective consciousness to move into higher dimensions, and we be open to all, and a lot of the stuff that they're hiding from us is revealed and all of that. But then you want to attach the bull crap that you're used to the new. It's not how it works. You can't expect change without there really being some change. Can't expect it. You can't sit here and literally some people preaching on how things are going to be different, but then want your political system still be the same. You still falling for the smoke and mirrors. You're still falling for the bull crap. You're still letting them use your emotions, your emotional power, to drive the stuff that they want to do. Nah. You can't say that you want change and then be afraid of the change. You can't say that you want your sovereignty and then still want the government to make all your decisions for you and tell you what you should and should not do and put all these rules and restrictions on you. Make it make sense. So yeah, shit about to get real. You can't literally put out there that you want things to be different and then be shocked when different stuff happens. Like, come on. Yeah, shit about to get real. Shit about to get real. And the real people out here claiming to be spiritual and all that stuff, you about to see if they really are, or is it just a game, or is it just, a trend? A lot of stuff is a trend. They hop on a bandwagon because they came across some information and now I know it all. Nah, that's not how that works. Nah. Pulling out your sage and crystals and pulling some cards every now and then, that's not spiritual. It's the way it being, inside and out. And a lot of people's insides is just like, oh no, I'm scared. But you just saying you want stuff to be different, right? You want this new dimension to come in. You want those extraterrestrial beings, and I'm a Pleiadian, and I'm a Andromedan, and I'm a starseed. But then they sitting there having all these hearings and dropping all this information, and all of a sudden, wait, it's real? They've been here the whole entire time? Yeah. Yeah, we walk among you. When you understand genetics, you understand we walk among you. We've been here. Y'all just got here. Like, come on. So yeah. Truth about what's really in the ocean. What's really in the sky. What's really in those mountains. You telling me them giant stumps that y'all been saying. Oh, I'm sorry, I said it too soon. Those flatted out, look like tree stump mountains were really ancient trees. What? Yeah. What, you think Avatar was just a movie? All that stuff is about to come out, bro. Yeah. Are you ready? You sit here now like you're ready. You know, y'all throw it all over Instagram and your TikTok reels and all that stuff. Are y'all really ready? You about to see? Really about to see. Um. So yeah, that happened. All right. What else occurred? Oh, Pluto and Aquarius finally staying because it moved in and out. Okay. He's excited too. Yeah, Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is all about transformation and rebirth and deep down under in the unconscious, that all that stuff that's been down there that you ain't want to be dealing with. Yeah, that stuff is coming up. Not just as an individual, but once again, as a whole, as a collective, as a society, all that stuff that everybody keep turning a blind eye to. You can't stay down there no more. You know, things have to always be in some type of balance. And we're not saying that, you know, it always has to go this straight line, because straight lines really don't exist. There's always some curvature. Universe is curves, spirals, all that. So thinking that you just going to skip past what they call the shadow work, as a collective, as a society, we ain't been dealing with those stuff. We haven't. We refuse. Yeah, we about to though. We about to. And you know, I'm learning things too. I didn't know the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, that's when all the wars and stuff popped off, French War and all that stuff. Interesting, very interesting. But it makes sense that that could be accompanied with what we're moving into, because once again, all that stuff that been pushed under and people just been acting like it's not there just to get back, you know, just to, you know, raise their family, go to job, work it, get paid, pay your bills, and not really sitting with, why am I paying taxes on taxes on taxes on taxes and stuff? And where is that money going to? And who's IRS? What's the Federal Reserve? Who owns that? You know, stuff that people don't want to talk about. People don't want to talk about that you get taxed on a paycheck. You get taxed when you buy something in the store. You get taxed on your bills. You know, house bills, all that stuff. Shoot, me and my husband joke all the time. You know, we had, you know, we worked hard. You know, we deserve where we live, the house that we bought, the things that we have. But it's funny because best believe if we pay this house off and we don't pay that property tax, they taking the house. How is that possible? We paid the mortgage off. It's our house. But that's the stuff that they pull. That's the games that they play that people don't really want to talk about, because you know you get upset. And there's nothing you can really do about it. But once again, a lot of things about to change. A lot of things about to change. So, yes, Pluto and Aquarius is going to take people on a ride. A very long ride. And it's literally going to be like a whole... okay, when I say a horror movie, because I know that was about to come out, people are like, oh no, it's supposed to be scary. Nah, what I mean is like, it's going to be like a Jason movie or a Michael Myers movie where you think you took care of that problem. And then there's a part 1, and there's a part 2, there's a part 3 where this homeboy just won't die. That's the shit in your subconscious that Once again, if you ain't gonna deal with it, it's gonna keep popping up. Like, you literally gonna be walking down the street and you're gonna see Jason hanging out in the corner like, I'm still here. You still gotta do something with me. That's gonna be the ride. So it's gonna be a comedic horror movie. I'm sorry, that's just my personality. But yeah, and I'm laughing too, because I'm sitting here waiting like, shit, what did I not deal with? That's gonna pop up and be like, hey Chrissy, you forgot about me. Like, damn, I thought I took care of that. So yeah, and once again, it's all about your perspective. If you look at it like, all right, cool, what's gonna pop up? What is it that I thought I dealt with that I didn't deal with? At least you can start to get a game plan together. I don't know. And you won't be shocked and surprised because, you'll already kind of have it floating around in the back of your mind that, all right, I'm probably going to be having a good day and then something's going to happen where it's not going to be ended as a good day. And you won't fall apart from it. You won't be shocked. You just be like, oh, this is it. Well, this is probably one of them because it's probably gonna be a lot of stuff. Like I said, Pluto Aquarius is in Aquarius for a long time. But they say like 2043 or 2044. That's 20 something years. God damn. So yeah. So this is how we maintain our balance. This is how the collective, how society maintains balance. These moments have to occur so things don't get lopsided. I'm a big preacher of I said excuse me, oh my God. I'm a big advocate of balance. One thing I always talk about is, that whole love and light thing, and people think, being awakened, being spiritual is all love and light, and there's all positivity. Nah. That's imbalance. It's balance. There's a scale in everything, from the universe down. There's a scale that maintains, once again, the balance. And you can't be all the way over here and thinking everything's cool, because stuff is going to occur to then flip it back into balance. And until it's always going to go like this, you're going in and out of whatever you call the polarities of negative, positive, good, bad, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to label it as. But this is always going to occur. There's never going to be this, because this is nothing. This is stagnant. And we all know that energy is not stagnant. When energy is like this, that's when, we talk about when you're dealing with like electrical currents in the house. Forget what it's called. When energy is not moving, that means your house is about to catch on fire. So if your energy is not moving with your body, that means you have inflammation somewhere. It's building up. All makes sense, right? So it has to move. So you're going to go in between the polarities. There's no, I'm just going to be all love and light and be positive. That's not how it works. And that's when you get into a car accident and you flip the freak out. And they're like, oh my God, that's not me. Oh no, that's still you. You just act like it don't exist. So yeah. So Pluto Aquarius is going to be a fun time. Now, once again, as an individual, but as a collective, and definitely as a society, not even the continent, in the country of the United States of America, because boy, the things that they have pushed under the rug to try to act like it don't exist, ooh, that's still about to come to the surface, because it has to be dealt with. It has to be dealt with. So that's gonna be fun. All right, what else is going on? I think I'll touch on myself for maybe the rest of this little talk. I don't know. The tides have changed on my journey. Because, thinking that you've reached a certain point in whatever people want to claim as their awakening, Once again, energy is not stagnant, just like this journey is not stagnant. And I've hit a shift. Been doing a lot of like, metaphysical, spiritual, psychic fairs, doing the readings, which they're fun, but I've definitely reached the point doing it for how many years I've been doing it where I can see myself stuck. I can see the questions that people are asked. It's the same stuff over and over again. And I've always been the type to see patterns. That's one of my gifts of discernment, is that I see patterns. Like I see patterns in nature. I see patterns when it comes to projects, mathematics, little my OCD of like seeing things out of order, because I see the flow of what, the pattern should be. And doing these type of events, I'm seeing the pattern of, it's very surface stuff that people bring to me, which is cool. But where I'm at, I can't deal with the surface no more. I'm a very deep person, and occasionally I come across people that want to go deep. They want to understand the core of who they are, the things that they're going through. Because I think I throw this example all the time. You always get the love questions, and it always dwindles down to the cause of why they can't, quote unquote, find their person is because of the stuff that they're not dealing with within themselves. A lot of the stuff that happened, once again, as in their youth, as a child, becomes their mindset and their driver of their decisions as an adult. And once again, like I said earlier, there's no more victimhood. There's no more, I am the way that I am, so you just have to accept me type deal. You're making decisions based off a child. You're an adult. You got to deal with that crap and start making decisions as an adult, and not thinking, oh, it's the other people. It's the either the people that I'm drawn to or people that are drawn to me or whatever people's statements are. And it's like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. It has to do with you. You got to fix you. And sometimes I say that because I can obviously tell if they're ready to hear that. And a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that you are the problem. You're the problem. You attract what you're attracting because you haven't dealt with the stuff in your core. And that's what's sending out the vibration and attracting, quote unquote, the trash to you, because you still operating from a traumatic experiences that haven't been cleared. So you can dress up, you can doll up, you can put the makeup on, you can look a certain way, you can be beautiful, but your insides hasn't been taken care of. They don't match the outside. And then you wonder why you keep attracting the same stuff. So yeah, so things like that, where I want to get deep. Another thing, I have a reading that, and once again, I always felt a little off calling these things reading because, well, maybe I'm reading them, but it's deeper than that for me. But that's the only thing I can think of labeling them. But I have a reading called Ancestral Akashic reading, where I literally can pick up on people's genetic energy. Still don't know how to explain that one. And it doesn't happen all the time. It only happens with really certain people. Other people, it might just be earthly cultural things, some past life stuff. A lot of like the elemental energy I could pick up on. I could tell if someone's, fairy, fae, gnome, mermaid, any of that. Like that's something simple, because that's the elements and that's the energy that's literally right here. And I've even come across people, I've picked up on the angelic. I picked up on, I think the most craziest reading I've ever done. And it was before I even broke it out as a separate reading, because I used to bulk all of this as my multidimensional soul intuitive reading. And then Spirit told me, like, hey, you need to break these out because you're draining yourself because it can go so many different ways. So I had to be more specific and then let people choose what they want to do. Cool. But I came across this one woman and I've never come across it again. And I always thought I should just put this type of stuff out there so people could know, like, really what this is. She was a crystalline being. Like, when people say, or I say it, I don't know, too many other people say it. Crystals are sentient beings. That means they are a life form. Put it like that. Like, their energetics allows them to create. That's how they are able to form themselves and keep forming themselves. That's why there's a plethora of different types of crystals, because they generate, they can create. You know, they're sentient. They're not per se like a brain and all that stuff and the consciousness that we have, but they have a consciousness and they can create. So this is different. Like, this woman was like, literally, when I say that I literally saw her in my mind as a crystal being, like pure crystal, crystalline, whatever you want to call it. Because when you think of it becoming more than just like a quote unquote rock or quartz, to an actual thinking, walking, talking consciousness of a physicalist, like a plasma. She was like a plasma type being, but she was crystalline. And when I said this to her, she completely connected with it. Those are the type of moments that I love and I enjoy, where I pick up on someone's genetic energy and it resonates so deep in their soul that there's no question if what I'm saying is true or not. They know. They know. Because they get inklings of it, and then they come across me, and it's like literally the bow on top of all these things that have occurred in our life. Then now it makes sense. Now I understand why I do the things that I do. I'm attracted to the things that I attract to, the gifts that I have, blah, blah, blah. Like, it literally, a door just blew open when I said this to her. And she completely connected with it and understood it. And the uniqueness of her was astounding. And to finally know why she was so unique and different was because of that. Well, obviously, she was a human being in front of me, but her genetics tied to that. It was literally, and sometimes our genetics, not sometimes, our genetics are multidimensional. So sometimes the life that we're experiencing here, we're experiencing life somewhere else. And that was another thing too, is that she would dream of this. And I had to let her know that's not a dream. You're connecting with basically it's her higher self, her higher physical self, because consciousness is always the highest. And when I say physical, I'm not always talking about, physical like a table. What I mean is like matter. And that can go even deeper. But coming into material, I'll put it like that. She was connecting with her other self that's on a dimension in some other, I don't know if it was a galaxy or universe, I can't remember. But regardless, all makes sense. So stuff like that, that's what I'm here for. I'm also here to teach. I love to teach. I love sharing what I know, what I see, what comes to me, that sometimes it amazes me that I know certain stuff. And then people looking at me and I'm looking at them because I'm like, how do you not know this? So many moments like that. I'm like, you've been, I've been actively, because I've always been attuned and, very aware to things, but I kept a lot of stuff to myself. I had a lot of things going on in my life before I got to this point where I actually can allow myself to be in this space to share the things that I know. Took a lot to even be on live and put a face, because a lot of stuff I was doing on blogs and my face wasn't a part of that. I was just putting the blogs out there. It took a lot to get to this point where I'm comfortable being who I am and saying what I'm saying and sharing what I'm sharing. So yeah, so I come across other people that been in this long time, years. Some people claim their whole life. And when I bring certain subjects up and different ways of thinking about things and literally connecting occult, esoteric information and sharing it with them in a way that they completely can catch on to it. Sometimes it's just quantum physics, like that's very complicated terms that I say with just, the simplest of words. And oh, yeah, like it doesn't have to be that complicated. And when I share certain stuff to people, and I'm just like, and they're looking at me like deer in headlights. I'm like, hold up, how do you not know? You've been in this longer than me. How do you not know these things? Sometimes it amazes me. But once again, that's for me. And there's a reason that I understand it and I share it. It's because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. For the people that don't know. And there's a lot of people that don't know. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to share and teach more that I know. And I'm not saying like yes, I am. Exactly what I'm saying. Not that I've outgrown doing the readings and doing the fairs and stuff. It's just, I want more for people. I want more understanding for people. I don't want, once again, it still falls into the victimhood. I don't want people to feel that they can't do what the person that's sitting in front of them doing these readings can't do. It's also about empowerment. That's another big thing. I always thought it was about authenticity because a lot of my branding and stuff is about authenticity. And then I thought about it. No, it's about awareness and empowerment. Because I could sit down and, pull out people's soul gifts and all that stuff. But it's about making them aware to these things. You have to become aware to you have these things in you, these possibilities within you. And if you don't know it, then sitting down having a tarot read or oracle reading and all that's not gonna do anything for you. All it is gonna tickle. It's gonna tickle your soul a little bit, and then you'll be good for a minute, and then you'll get this urge of, okay, but who am I? And that's the part that I want to correct in people. I want to empower people and make them aware of who they really are. And I'm not saying I'm not doing readings anymore. What I'm saying is now I'm incorporated into people's empowerment, into people's awareness, spiritual awareness of who they really are. And on top of that, who you are and where we are and what we are involved in. Because once again, everything's multidimensional. Yes, you'll figure out who you are, and then you'll wake up and realize, what the fuck is going on in the world? And then we're going to help you with that too. It's like, okay, make you aware to who you are, the things that you're able to do, but then how it aligns into like the society and the consciousness that we're in right now. Because yeah, that's another thing too that cracks me up is, some, spiritual people are like, yeah, when the shift occurs, we're all gonna get these superpowers. We're gonna be flying like the X-Men and all. Nah, no. That's not happening for a lot of people. A lot of people is literally your gifts and your abilities is gonna be discernment. It's gonna be understanding the collective. What's another one? It's gonna be understanding how you bring balance to yourself and to people. That's going to be a superpower. You'll be able to walk into a room and pinpoint on energy, not per se what's wrong with people, but also what's right with people. Like I could walk into a meeting, well, when I used to walk into meetings, because I work from home now, and I could tell who the leaders really should be and who really knows their stuff and who's full of shit. And majority of the time, the full of shit people is the managers. It's the executives. And the people that really know what they're doing and really can help things are the ones that are, you know, low totem pole of the team and stuff like that. And it's like, this is completely out of balance. No wonder this company is going under. Yeah, I've been in a lot of companies that are now, there's a couple that don't even exist because I could see it. I could see like, nah, this ain't gonna work out. But I'll continue to stay here and get a paycheck though. But anywho, yeah. So that's what I'm moving into. And knowing this and noticing this shift, because this is an external shift that I'm doing. I'm also going through this external shift that is interesting right now, where when I say I'm looking forward to just not doing anything and just chilling and really not, even though I can say I'm not going to research things and I'm not going to look into stuff, like, I can't help it, that's my nature. But really just, I'm a marinade. And I don't know how long this marinade is going to be, but I'm in a place where I'm just going to marinate. And when I know, marinate in my family. I'm also, you know, I'm working with a business coach so I can properly rebrand my business once I'm ready to do that. Her name is Lisa Stewart, co-create, you know, because I just didn't want to do any type of business coach because I don't do, you know, typical type of things that are out there. I needed someone that can really tap into my nature. And obviously this is going to be a spiritual business, but it's deeper than that. Because there's so many people that have spiritual businesses now. And I needed something for me. But I also needed to work with someone that understood this side of that type of business. So currently working with her, which is a big step. Because I don't, you know, I've been working with Marianne. Is it Natural Side of Wellness? I was part of her group for since May, and changing my thinking on money and thinking of myself. And I learned a lot about myself and my relationship with money. Once again, came from my patterns and things as a child, and I had to deal with that stuff to start making decisions as an adult. So paying someone to help me with my business, that's a huge step, because back then, before I started her weekly meetings and stuff, nah, there's no way I'm paying someone to do this. I'll figure it out myself. But no, I understand that once again, money has a flow. So I'm actually, even though I'm paying someone, I'm paying myself in a way, because it's helping me and it's helping what I really want to do, and I want to do it right. So me paying someone is paying me. It's going to flow. It's going to flow. Yeah. So yeah. So also with being in a state of marinating, I think I'm gonna start scheduling posts and things like that, but I'm definitely taking, what do I call it? A social media cleanse. Because the whole election stuff, and now people transition into, they were fear-mongering about that. Now they're fear-mongering about the Pluto and Aquarius. They're fear-mongering, it's like if once one door closes on one fear-mongering project, they move on to the next one, and I just can't deal with it. And then I feel like spirituality is a trend for a lot of people, and it's a money grab for a lot of people, and there's so many people out there now, and I bless their heart. Good luck. And I wish everyone the best in whatever endeavors that they do. But once again, one of my gifts is discernment and seeing the patterns. And I'm seeing them, and I'm just like, I'm gonna take my toe out the water for a little bit and just really focus on myself. Because like I said, I don't know. Like I used to watch it's a YouTube channel, Black Magic 363, a lot. Because there's a lot of different teachers and ideas and concepts and stuff that are talked about on his channel. Like you literally just go to his channel and scroll through and find something that you resonate with, and then you'll find stuff that you didn't think you would resonate with, but then you do. And then there's a lot of eye-opening moments, looking through the videos and watching stuff. And I say the past month or so, I haven't been wanting to do that. It's like external knowledge and understanding external things. And like I said, I'm moving from external stuff to inner. So what I've been doing is, because I don't get to sit down and just read a book. I do Audible. So I've been, did a search for, what is it? Opening the heart or something like that. I forget what the search originally was. When I came across, the Surrender Experiment, by Michael A. Singer. And I listened to that book on Audible. That's where I'm at. And feel free to look it up and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's the phase of my life that I'm in right now. And then I ended up listening to one of his other books, The Untethered Soul. And then for some reason, I can't listen to it anymore, which is weird. I can't even buy it. So I'm just like, okay, this is weird. But then I came across his, there's like a workshop that he did that's based on the book. So I was able to buy that. So I've been listening to that. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Internal understanding of things. Because I really feel I've got to a place where, even though I don't know it all, I'll never know it all. I know enough that I could watch the news and know completely what's going on. I could walk into a room and know what's going on. I can go to an event and be like, I shouldn't be here. Or I can go to an event and be like, yep, this is going to work out fine. As soon as I walk in, well, I'm setting up. And that's hard to know that I paid to be at an event and I walk in and I'm like, fuck. Today's not going to be a good day. But yeah, so we'll see how this phase of my life going. And then also being this Pluto Aquarius, we'll see what stuff pops up with that too. But I will maintain, once again, don't get busy. Obviously, holiday season coming up. We'll see how still jumping in here on Sundays works, but I will try my best to do it. But like I said, I'll be limiting really my time on social media because, once again, that's external stuff. And I need to focus on internal and my family and all that stuff. Oh, that's the other thing too. Health stuff. So, had my son. That's a beautiful story. That's a book that I'm going to write. Because that was a thing. But I ended up having 2 major surgeries because of it. One, C-section. Emergency C-section, and then discharge, went back in. I wasn't even out 24 hours. Went back in. Come to find out, had a tear in I think it's fascia, whatever that first layer is, and my intestines were coming back out. So emergency surgery where they reopened the C-section, and then they also went up to my belly button. Fixed everything, cool. But now, because I'm like, did you really have to go up to the belly button? Now I have an umbilical hernia that is growing and getting bigger. And finally, on my husband's wonderful government insurance, I'm able to get it taken care of. I don't know when that's going to happen. They're saying maybe a month, 2 months out. Also, another reason why, of course, after the baby, you want to lose weight. I can't lose weight. Can't really exercise because I don't know if one minute I'll be good, next minute I'll be on the floor in a complete shock because I pinched my hernia that's freaking sticking out. So I gotta work on getting my weight down. So obviously the procedure goes well and nothing goes wrong with it afterwards, because obviously having work on your abdomen, you don't want a lot of weight there. So that's another reason why I'm just gonna be take a step back, because I gotta work on getting myself together so I can finally get this painful thing taken care of. And that's probably another reason why, I just really just want to marinate in me, because dealing with the hernia and still being out here, being of service to people while I got stuff going on internally, that's draining. And it never clicked until like a week or so ago. It's like, maybe that's why I'm more tired than usual after doing, events and doing readings and all that stuff, because I got something going on inside of me. So yeah. I'm taking a seat back, but you'll still see me around. Like I said, I'll still be doing the events that I like, the events that I'm doing myself at Soul Space or the Space, or if another opportunity presents themselves and it makes sense. And once again, if it's in my area, then yeah, I'll consider it. I'll take it up. Oh, thank you, baby. So thank you, whoever is on now. Thank you to whoever sees it after, live is over. I'll also be taking this video and putting it on my YouTube page, so whoever is out there in the YouTube universe can come across it too. But thank you for everyone that has supported me, and hopefully still continue to support me. And once again, continue to come across my page, continue to go on my website, and if you feel that you need any type of assistance from me, I am not cutting myself off from that like, I'm always going to be open to helping people. Shoot, I'm even in certain spiritual groups just dropping knowledge. Once again, and they're thankful and I'm thankful because I get to still assist and once again share my knowledge with people. But it ain't about the money. It's not. So yes, everyone enjoy their Sunday. There ain't no Steeler game today, even though they lost last week. But anywho's, so yeah, enjoy your time. Get ready for the holidays. Once again, solstice is coming up. I'll probably be throwing something out there, things that people can do. But also, once again, the celebration, December 20th at Soul Space. And all right, everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.